Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at, well, the Zenkai for the Sword of Hope Blue Legends Limited Trunks, and we're going to see just how good his Zenkai is in DB Legends and get a good feel for his Zenkai and basically the improvements that it's made to him as a character. Now I think in terms of Zenkais, if you are expecting this to turn him into like a super tank or anything, I think you're sorely mistaken. But it is definitely making him a far more powerful offensive unit. So let's take a look at everything and get a good idea. Now in terms of his ultimate skill, a little bit has changed here, but nothing too crazy. Nothing here has been adjusted too wildly on the surface level. In terms of his special move, the Gallic Gun, there has been some changes, but it's mainly just that he increases or gains a special arts card next on hit if there's a defeated battle arts member. So he gets a green card back, which is pretty cool, I guess. It's something that's relatively useful and helps him out. When we look at the main ability, nothing too crazy, bit of a key increase. The health has remained the same, 20% to damage inflicted for 30 timer counts. Also, this has remained the same. However, nothing really honestly too different here. Main ability, all kind of basically just staying the same. There's not really a huge change in anything. And then finally, in terms of his special skill, destroys all his own cards, draws 4 more. This has remained the same. Increase unique gauge, restoration of key has been added in, which is pretty nice. And beyond that, again, nothing crazy. 20 timer counts instead of 15, but nothing too baseline on his kit that's changed big time. Zenkai ability, Blue and Vegeta clan. Was hoping for it to be Blue in future. I think that had more usability, at least for me. But Blue and Vegeta clan, solid enough without it being too crazy. But definitely not the most insane. And then in terms of his passives, unique abilities, not really a big change on the baseline stuff. Nothing really honestly too huge. A really simple kind of unit. One thing he does do, which is interesting, is his whole reduction of their health, like reduction of the defeated enemy's health. Honestly, it's okay. It's very interesting that that's his mechanic. That he's kind of still bringing across, and it's more than fine, but it hasn't been altered at all. And similarly with his second passive, again, nothing crazy. He does now have a reduction of ki when the unique gauge is full, so he reduces the enemy ki, and he increases how much he restores his own health. But again, nothing too wild here. Cancellation of abnormal attribute downgrades also kind of being added in there. Then we have the 2 new passives, which basically when he performs a vanishing step, restores his own ki plus 20% to damage inflicted, which is pretty good by allies, which is interesting. And when he performs a vanishing step, or when the enemy performs a vanishing step, they have -1 to arts card draw speed. This is very interesting. And they also will get -15% to strike and blast arts power, which is also very interesting. So a bit of a counter to vanish stepping units. And then his second passive, basically when he enters the battlefield, and if there's a battle member that's other than him, that's Vegeta clan, future, or hybrid Saiyan, so good coverage, he just has 20% strike damage, 20% key recovery, which is pretty good. And when he enters the battlefield, if there are defeated members, he gets 20% damage increase. If there's 2, he gets increased draw card speed, and applies the buff effect nullify enemy special actions that activate when changing cover. So the big thing here is very similar to the purple UI Goku, in that he is, again, they Zenkai'd him, but they Zenkai'd him to just be better at what he was doing. He's a finishing unit. He comes in, he's got big damage, and he basically pops in, hopefully knocks out the last enemy, and just does like a huge chunk of damage. His special card can do some pretty crazy stuff, and so yeah, I would say it's pretty cool. I would say it's a pretty cool Zenkai. I'm not gonna say it's a insane Zenkai. I'm not gonna say it looks like it's making him broken, but it definitely makes him better at what he was doing. The big thing is obviously he can still be burst down. There's still a lot of strong green units in the meta, but he is definitely a lot better at what he was doing, at what he was prioritizing as a unit. Now for his Zenkai power, you can obviously get that from pretty much a large variety of sources. We're talking, you can get his Zenkai Awakening power from the Battle Gauntlet, you can get it from the missions, you can summon for it if you want to, and then later on it will be added back to the Ultra Space Time Zenkai Rush store. So there's numerous resources. Obviously you get 3,000 from the Battle Gauntlet, 4,000 from the missions, so you're going to want to complete both of those if you want to fully Zenkai him without expending additional resources. And because he's a Zenkai unit, or a Legends Limited unit I should say, you can't purchase a special booster pack like you can for non-Legends Limited units. But yeah, that's that kind of covers him as a unit, I think, pretty well. Honestly speaking, pretty straightforward stuff. I think as a unit he's pretty good. I like him. I think he's got a good Zenkai. I do think he's a tad limited compared to like the latest summonable units. He's definitely a one-trick pony, still kind of feels like, but he is very good, and as a Trunks fan I'm super happy with that. In terms of blue units that benefit from him, well, you got Vegeta, the Martian Vegeta, who obviously recently got his Zenkai, so that's two pretty solid combinations. And you've got the Fierce Fight Trunks, so yeah, pretty decent stuff I would say. Beyond that, that basically covers everything. One thing that looks relatively solid is also the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Goku get a boost from him. But let me know what you guys think. We'll take a look at this Battle Gauntlet, and I'll see you next time. Bye.